Hi guys, my name is Moti from Atleticalt, and today we're gonna do a quick 10-minute movement warm-up. Stay tuned. So today I'm gonna show you a quick warm-up of movement/yogi practice. You don't need a mat, you can use grass, you can use just regular floor, you don't need any weights. It's best to practice it in the morning. It's mostly to rebalance our body and to get connected with our essence and with the way we feel. It should be a warm-up, not a workout, and should prepare you for the day. Very quick. Sometimes you're really busy, but you can still find these 10-15 minutes to do something. So just follow along. So we're gonna start this movement warm-up already from 6 pose with the rotation of the shoulders, keeping the elbows straight and starting to shift the weight back and forth. Slowly adding more awareness and more body parts that participate in this basic movement. So at the beginning, we notice that our arms and our fingers are active, our elbows are straight, and our shoulders are creating circular motion. After our shoulders creating a circular motion, we can also add a little bit of spinal movement, which is actually extremely important. The spine is our center, and every movement comes, or at least has any connection to the spine. After a few rounds, you can really think about the hips, tucking the tailbone in and out, taking the stomach inside, and eventually lift the knees, still moving forward and back. And taking it back. Again, lifting the knees and creating waves back and forth. And when you feel it's a bit too much, take the fingers forward, lower the chest, and try to gaze towards the fingers. Really open the chest. And I really feel like I should do it again. When I'm opening, it's a lot about feeling and sensation, and there is no really set number of sets you have to do. From this down dog, or this variation of smaller down dog, I'm gonna take one leg forward. I'll try to see how far I can get. And if I can get it in the same line with the hands. While I'm taking the pelvis down, I take my gaze to the other side. And back. And again. I rotate the hips and lean forward. I can also use my elbow to push my knee. And back. take my arms to the other side and back to this, some sort of movement, moving downward facing dog. I'm pushing from the hands, I'm pushing from the feet, and I take my right leg between the legs. And notice how much I can open. If this is hard for me, I put more weight on the hands and open as much as possible the hips, as much as I can. So the hip is really doing a circular motion, and the thigh bone is really twisting inside the hips, inside the pelvis. Eventually we can do it with no hands, but that takes time. And I'll go back to my dynamic down dog. Pelvis from side to side. And now I'm gonna add again. So you can do this. I can bring the legs as close as I can to the hands without touching the floor. Notice that the back leg should be straight and on the toes. Eventually, you can try to reach with the knee all the way to the armpit. And relax. Opening the hips, lifting one leg, pushing with the shoulder, and really see how the effect of my hand opens up my hips. Other side. My head goes in between the hands and back. I release the joints, I release the wrists, and start to work on my spinal flexion. If I have to be in a smaller squat, I'll be in a smaller squat, and I'll try to reach with one arm and open one arm. And I want to imagine like there is an invisible wall behind me, so I'm not collapsing, I'm not twisting. I come from the outside and push. And think more about elongating the ribs and pushing with the bottom leg hand. Eventually you can go all the way up. Back to 6. We're gonna contract the spine, tuck the tailbone, look towards the navel, and inhale. Turn the pelvis up, look up. From here, from this dynamic dog, I'm gonna go with one step as far as I can and gonna bring my other leg next to it. and knee goes down. I'll go back and do the other side. One leg, other leg, knee goes down. One leg, other leg, knee goes down. And it starts to look like this. We're starting to flow. I'm thinking if I'm confused a bit or not sure about how to do my next step, or just want to rest, I'm recalibrating and thinking about my next move. And again, one leg, second leg, go down. One leg, second leg, go down. I can switch leg in between and the other leg. Leg between and the other leg. And eventually I can really take both of my legs up and twist. Now the arm comes from high above, and the legs come after. Take it as much as you can, land softly. One arm, second arm. Great. So again, we started basic and elevated as much as we can. Good. From here, we're gonna go back to the sitting bones, to the thighs, opening our split a little bit in a dynamic way. There is a lot of tension on the knees in this deep squat. And we're negotiating with our body how much can we go deep in a healthy manner. So notice, more than anything, notice and see if you can go all the way down with one knee while you're pushing with the other knee. Eventually, you push enough, you can reach your toes with your hands. Now we'll mix it all together, moving from side to side and switching the knees. So from a dynamic down dog, we can go with one leg, we can go with one leg and the other leg and go down. One leg and another leg. The other leg. One more time. And from here, I can really open the hips. Go back. So I broke down this movement to two basic patterns, which is opening the hips and opening the thighs, and moving to the other side. And again, it could be small or small or bigger. That's it, guys. That was a quick tutorial, a movement warm-up, 10-15 minutes. Do it at your own pace, at your own level. Start slow and grow, but keep practicing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe feel free to comment, and see you on the next video.